What's up, y'all? Let's hop into it.
I don't think y'all understand the fact that iShowSpeed has barked at a world leader. That should be in the Guinness Book of World Records. I started making this video when I was watching Speed get called a hooker by his fans in Greece, which is hilarious.
Yo, Europeans have been on a generational racist run against Speed.
But then I wondered how many countries this man has visited. Turns out, at least 52. 52! You know how hard it is to even name 52 different countries? And here we have a kid from Ohio, bro, that has become one of the most known faces in the world.
I didn't even know it was that many.
And animals in multiple countries. He's been in the WWE, signed a record deal, and was even declared an ambassador for the city of Lima in Peru by its mayor. This is a city bigger than New York population-wise, and the second largest city in the Americas. All of the Americas, North and South. That means that legally, for the second biggest city in the Americas, Speed is a diplomatic representative of Peru to foreign nations. Technically, he could kind of represent Peru at the United Nations. You can't tell me that's not inspirational.
Yeah, he's going crazy right now. He was also made the honorary
mayor for a time by the mayor of Panama City, the original Panama City, not the one in Florida. And what a lot of Americans, including myself, didn't understand until recently is that soccer, also known as football in most of the world, is partially responsible for it, obviously. The average kid in Ohio might not know what the most popular sport in the world is, but it's not any American sport. The World Cup averages more viewers than there are people in the United States.
Wow.
And Speed, being a random guy in Ohio that likes soccer, contributed to him being known all over the planet. You think some kid in Sofia, Bulgaria, or Manchester, England cares about the Super Bowl? Of course not. The biggest conversation overseas about the NFL is probably them trying to understand why we call the wrong sport football. This is genius. I'm not sure if he genuinely was a fan of FIFA or the MLS when he was still just playing 2K and screaming at the camera, but obviously
I don't know. Speed might be a low-key genius. We never know.
his obsession with Ronaldo expanded his brand greatly. And for a guy that was just 19 a few months ago, he is very advanced in handling the biggest crowds of people I've ever seen in my life. I mean, look at this. If this many people were just watching me eat, I'll probably start barking too. And this is also why I always try to motivate the people around me. And
we know this nigga a world-class athlete.
Shutting down cities from presidential palaces.
This nigga doing some of the craziest stunts I ever seen in my life.
Now, I knew he was young when he started out, but he actually started his YouTube channel in 2016.
Doing all kind of shit.
Because he would have only been 11 at the time. Bro, when I was 11, I was still under the impression that YouTube was just something that had videos on it, uploaded by professionals. I didn't even understand the concept that I, as an amateur, could ever stand a chance posting videos on YouTube. In fact, I posted one video on YouTube my whole life before Trap University, and there was absolutely no strategy behind it at all. It was like 2013. I was at school, and some girl was running around telling everyone that she was going to fight some other girl in an empty classroom at like 5th period lunch or something. So when the time came, I ditched class and ran up to record the fight like everybody else.
Right.
But since I posted it as a fight with the name of my school in it, either Chicago Public Schools or YouTube itself.
A lot of fight videos on YouTube back in the day.
I didn't have any strategy to become
YouTube
a content
and Vine.
My brain was just like, oh, a fight. Look at this. I can put it on the internet. And it got 3,000 views in like an hour before it got taken down. And I was like, wow, 3,000 views. Then proceeded to never even think about uploading the video again until 2023.
It'd be like
the biggest
that, bro.
illusion that I saw is the one that stopped me from thinking that any of this was possible. Some people just...
If you're ever thinking about content creating, you got to do that shit now. Don't even procrastinate. Fuck getting the best equipment. Just do that shit.
See it differently and for what it is at a young age, like Speed.
It'll come eventually.
Where he is today. Conspiracy theories about him aside, he wouldn't even be in the position to have conspiracy theories made about him had he not been ambitious enough to start making videos.
Theories.
Now, obviously, his erratic behavior helped him get clipped and memed all over the internet, and that just proved that having ADD could definitely be used to your advantage. When I was 18, I did not have the energy to backflip into my PC setup or run around barking. I was an idiot, don't get me wrong, but I definitely wouldn't describe myself as hyperactive. Now, some of Speed's IRL streams show the downside of being this popular, as in every single one of his streams, pretty much he ends up sweating profusely at some point or getting overwhelmed at the fact that he can barely walk. This is both an experience that can be cool and overstimulating, depending on how you feel that day, I would assume. You definitely would have to be in the mood to do something like this.
Now, I obviously mentioned that that racist incident that he had in China, and several racist incidents he had in Europe, but obviously most of the people show love for the most part. So all that racist stuff, that's kind of outliers for the most part, you know, or at least that's how I see it.
Cool and overstimulating, depending on how you feel that day, I would assume. You definitely would have to be in the mood to do something like this, like his trips to Norway. Now, the second trip to Norway seemed to go pretty well, but the first one, man. So we know Speed likes to jump around and spaz out, so while he was doing this in the window, he kind of tripped and sprained his ankle, and I tried not to laugh. That's not right. He was in genuine pain, but we've all been there, done something stupid and accidentally got hurt. But most of us didn't have to make it out of a building with what looks like 100,000 people blocking the exit. And it got pretty nasty when he made it outside, and I think someone even snatched a piece of his hair and sold it online. Needless to say, this is probably not what you want to deal with when you're in significant pain. And of course, Speed's trip to mainland China single-handedly improved U.S.
Wait a minute.
with when you're in significant pain.
No way nigga took a piece of... Nah, bro. Nah. I know that shit had to hurt. Yo, niggas is wild
And
in
of course,
Europe,
Speed's
bro.
trip to mainland China single-handedly improved U.S.-China relations more than any other single act since we stopped recognizing Taiwan as the one true China. He even got praised by the Chinese
Nah,
government
they
and
really loved
state-sponsored
him out
media.
there.
So much so that at the time, I remember people were trying to say that he was on like some type of state-sponsored propaganda trip. But he's done streams in multiple countries. I don't think somewhere like Bosnia has some type of state-sponsored program where they pay Speed to come and
Even
improve
if he
relations.
was, you can't fake that love.
I think he just genuinely went to China and had some type of positive impact there that the Chinese government actually praised it. But I mean, U.S. and China relations weren't really that bad anyway, especially not as bad as they may seem in the news or the media. We've just always had kind of a adversary, friendly competition type relationship. And Speed became like some type of bridge, like an ambassador, which is crazy. That's the
We didn't have shit. That was the government. People don't care about that shit for the most part. I mean, we can poke fun at each other, but if you're talking about serious issues, the people don't have that, especially the younger people. They love streamers and YouTubers.
world we live in. A guy that barks at dogs could possibly one day run for president. I guess what I'm trying to say with all of this is that iShowSpeed is inspirational. I know he's inspired many kids around the world, and adults alike. Aside from any antics that he pulls on the camera, one thing that is undeniable is that he definitely brings people together all over the world. And it's pretty interesting to watch someone travel the world like this. It's very different from just watching some kind of travel vlogger go on vacation. He's definitely been kind of an inspiration to me as well. But like I always say, I hope that I can inspire you guys to maybe follow your dreams, because anything is possible. And if an idiot like me can do it, then you can too. But thanks for watching as always. I know this video is a little different.
Hey, I'll give it to Speed, because he's definitely different than any other streamers. He ain't promoting that bullshit degeneracy that those other streamers promote. In a lot of ways, he's above those guys, not just numbers wise. Like, even his moral compass seems to be on point. So a lot of these streamers I don't like, but as far as Speed, he's alright in my book, man. So with that being said, man, thank y'all for watching this video. I appreciate it. If you got any thoughts or suggestions about new videos, put them down below. Check out my Discord and my Odyssey channel if you want to see other stuff. And as always, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, bye.